You make a mistake, cause a problem, don't do something. You ask, baby, I'm sorry, and then she shuts the door on you. She stays quiet, gets mad, whatever the case it is, and then now you got to deal with that problem way longer than she had to deal with it. You forgave her quickly, like it's all good, baby, it's fine. And for her, just it's a whole nother job just to get an apology. Like, I'm sorry. Like, come on now. All right, fellas. So, how often do you hear that men are supposed to love their wives unconditionally compared to wives are supposed to respect their husbands unconditionally? Now, for myself, I would have to say it's about an 80-20, 90-10 split where I hear the men love your wives unconditionally compared to women respect your husbands unconditionally, which I think is really messed up because at the end of the day, a man is doing what he can to love on his wife with the power that he has, but he's not being respected with it. And so, you know what that starts to feel like? It starts to feel like he's being controlled way more and valued less. And it's just like, that's hella jacked up. I think that's so messed up that it seems like there's double standards when it comes to this. Man, love your wife unconditionally, but a woman doesn't have to respect her husband unconditionally. And I think it's really messed up. So I want to read a scripture to you because I believe it will be very helpful to understand what I'm talking about here. So it comes from Ephesians 5:33, and this is from the Amplified. So Amplified just means it expands a little bit more the words, it gives you a bigger picture. It's like louder in a sense, amplified. So he says, however, let each man of you, without exception, love his wife as being, in a sense, his very own self. So what that means automatically is that, yeah, you are supposed to love your wife. So don't get it wrong. You should do everything that you can to love her unconditionally. That is an absolute truth. And then it says here, which is the part that people don't like to talk about too much, and let the wife see that she respects and reverences her husband, that she notices him, that she regards him, that she honors him, prefers him, venerates, and esteems him, and that she defers to him, praises him, and loves and admires him exceedingly. Okay, not just a little bit, but exceedingly. And so this is why I believe that you deserve respect just as much as she deserves love. So like, comment, subscribe, and we are going to get into all of this because you deserve that respect just as much as she deserves love. Okay. So of course, I got my notes here. I love to write everything down, and because I like to stay on track. And so right now we're going to cover a few things that you can do, things that are truths, and making sure that you understand what this looks like for yourself, man. Because you got to respect is very important. Respect is very important for a man. So love without respect, it feels like control because you're giving everything of yourself, and it doesn't feel like it's enough, right? You're doing everything, but yet there's still more. And honestly, like I said before, it's always going to feel like there's more. It's always going to feel like there's more. But it wouldn't be so bad if you got the respect that you know you deserve from your wife, because it would actually encourage you to probably do more, to find more ways to do more. Because not that you maybe have reserves in your tank, it's just like, what else can I do? You may not do that right off the bat, but sometimes that's okay. Like if you're giving everything that you can to your wife and you believe that you're doing a good job at it and she respects you for those things, and then all of a sudden she shares with you, hey, also this, is there something we can do? I think it'll be easier to say yes than it would to have some type of attitude. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So men, they start to feel invisible, start to feel like they're trapped, like they can't change or do anything different when they're not being respected. And I just think that's just not right. Um, so at the end of the day, like you feel kind of like you being used as well too, right? Like the love that you give is only good when it benefits her, right? And that's it. And that's some crappy stuff, man, for real. So if that's how you feel, I feel for you, because I think all men have felt some type of way at some point in time. It didn't mean that they were doing everything wrong. No, did it mean that they were doing everything right? No. Um, but it's really good to understand what that looks like, because the respect is still a thing. Respect is still a thing that men love and desire at the end of the day. Um, but the one thing about this is very true, is continue to love on her no matter what. Even if you're not getting the respect that you want, the respect that you deserve, you still continue to love on her the same way. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do that, it's going to be a problem. If you do, it's going to continue to show your strength as an individual. It's going to show your character as an individual. And you'll actually like be doing this because you truly want to love on her because she deserves it versus a performance, right? You're not just acting like she deserves it. You're truly believing she deserves it. So you do it because she deserves it. And if she does deserve it, then you do it regardless of what's going on. You do it regardless of what you're not getting, because just because she didn't do something the way that you wanted it to, it doesn't take away the fact that she still deserves it as an individual, right? Now you're like, man, I wish you would say this to her. Well, trust me, I am saying it to her, bro. Like I'm saying it to her too. You know you're listening, woman. So at the end of the day, but men, it's the truth. Like, work on this part for yourself first. Like, if you really love your wife and you're doing it because you love her, then you don't change it now because she's not doing something that you wanted her to do, right? Respect, I get it, because it's a very powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing that we desire, but don't change it up now because you're not getting the thing that you're looking for. The one thing I would say at the end of the day, journal. You need to journal. If you're not journaling now, why? And you might say to me, well, why are you journaling? Because I want to grow, because I want to get better, like because I want to be able to keep track of what I was doing at that time, how my mental was at that time, to see where I've come from. Have I made any changes in my life? Because I'm actually serious about changing. Are you serious about changing? Are you serious about really trying to get out of the place that you're at right now? And if you are, journal. Because in this situation, you'll be able to track those times that you've been felt disrespected, right? Now, this is not to get back at her, not to come back to your book and say, oh, on May 13th, you said this and I felt disrespected. On May 17th, I felt disrespected. On May 18th and 19th, and then 19th on 237, 238, 239, I felt disrespected. And see, da 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 da. No, 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 no. No, this is not what that's for. This is not what that is for at all. This is just to help you to bring clarity to yourself. How are you feeling during these times? Why were you always so angry? Now, see, you can look at and point at her and say, for a whole month, 15 out of 15 days, I wrote in my journal and said I was pissed off. Okay, well, why were you pissed off for? Because she did this, because she did that? Man, I would look a lot deeper into that. Because it can't just be about her. Something along the way caused a problem. Somewhere along the way, you were upset about something. But now every single day you're getting mad about something else because of something that she did. Let's go back. Think a little bit further. What caused the issue? That's the thing that you felt maybe disrespected on. And because you felt that disrespect a few weeks back, guess what? Now how you feel. Now you're bothered about everything. Now you're angry about everything. So all the stuff you're journaling started from one thing. It stemmed from that issue. Ain't that? So that's why you write it down, to go back and figure out what happened. Gives you some clarity to see what happened. And if you choose not to do that, then you just want to stay disrespected. You're not trying to get that cleaned up. Another way at this too, want to really focus on this. Respect isn't earned daily. It should be given daily. And I truly believe that. This isn't just for men, right? This is, and I know there's a thing called just for men, but it's not that either. But this is for women too. Like, we should be respecting them daily, and they should be respecting us daily. They deserve that. It's your wife, right? Doesn't she deserve the love and respect? She's your you're her husband. You deserve the love and respect. So the one thing that happens here, men start to feel resentful because she wants the grace, right? But doesn't give any. She wants the grace, meaning, hey, I made a mistake. I did this, I did that. Please, I'm sorry, baby. Now come around your time. You make a mistake, cause a problem, don't do something. You ask, baby, I'm sorry. And then she shuts the door on you. She stays quiet, gets mad, whatever the case it is. And then now you got to deal with that problem way longer than she had to deal with it. You forgave her quickly, like, it's all good, baby. It's fine, And for her, just, it's like a whole nother job just to get an apology. Like, I'm sorry. Like, come on now. So these are the things that can be really hard sometimes in general, because you shouldn't have to fight for your respect. You really should not have to fight for it. But I see a lot of men having to fight for their respect, because they make a mistake, then they got to start all over again, which is messed up. So at the end of the day, you're not tripping because you want respect. Like, respect is like a thing that men need, right? It's not something that you should have to fight for. So I feel you on that. And I just feel like it's a sad thing when I see a lot of men struggling to get it. Also affirm or like reaffirm your standards, those non-negotiable things, right? What are those things that are non-negotiable? What's important to you when it comes to feeling respected by your wife? You know what that is. You know exactly what that is. And so the tone, oh Lord, the tone, the tone, the tone. It's the way she communicates to you, right? Those are all things. How you do it and how she does it in public versus at the house. If she challenges everything that you do when it comes to making a decision, those are things that men can start to feel very disrespected, and it's hard. Like it becomes a major issue. But whatever those things are, whatever you have to affirm or reaffirm, stand on them confidently. You got to be confident with that. You can't be sitting here all flustered and fluffy with it. Grow up. Say that's what you need. And if you get your head bitten off because you do it, because you're standing on your own morals and standards, it's all right. It'll work itself out in the end. You just might have to do it a few things, but that's the way life is, man. It happens that way. Also, respect is how men receive love. It can be confusing because her actions don't line up with her words, right? I mean, that's the truth. Sometimes it happens that way, where the actions do not line up with your words. And once the actions don't line up with the words, it doesn't look good, so maybe she doesn't think you're worthy of it. Maybe you don't feel that you're worthy of it. And that's where it can be hard. Like, men receive love through this, and sometimes you don't feel worthy because her actions don't line up with her words. But clarify what you need. Clarify what you need without feeling all this shame and ego and pride, because you need it. And you know you need it, and you want to say something about it, but you're too scared because you feel like you're a man and can't say nothing about it. You got to address those things with your wife. Has nothing to do with your ego. Has literally nothing to do with your ego. But the thing is, I look at with this, your wife might think that by cooking and cleaning that she's doing all the right things and making you feel respected, but she could be missing the whole mark because you chose not to say anything. But at the end of the day, if you don't talk to her or say anything about it, she'll just continue to cook and clean, thinking that she's helping, respecting you because I do this for my man. But it's not even that. The cooking and cleaning she can miss. Like, I don't even need that anymore. All I need for you is to love on me, tell me you love me, tell me I'm a good man, and call it a day. Especially if you know you're working hard at trying to be a good man. Let me hear it one time, But at the end of the day, disrespect, it can cut really, really deep. It can cut so deep, man, some days. And even if your wife, like, she thinks like it's not doing anything, it can hurt deeper than she would ever even understand. But the goal at the end of the day is mutual love and respect. It is not one-sided here. Again, you guys are a team. You're married. So it has to be mutual. You mutually love her and respect her because you should be doing it unconditionally, just like she should be doing it unconditionally. So at the end of the day, you are responsible for creating the environment that you allow yourself to be in. Honestly, if you're choosing not to say anything out of pride, you're allowing that environment to take place. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want something better, you have to say something different. You can't just keep doing the same thing. It's not going to work. You have to speak up, man. Stop being so scared. It ain't going to hurt you in any kind of way. It's going to help you. But your pride is too thick. Your ego is too thick to allow yourself to just speak up and say something. Get over yourself, man. You rather kill yourself than to speak up and have better life with your wife? That make no sense. So at the end of the day, how are you going to build something great if you're building it by yourself? How are you going to build something great if you're building it by yourself? There's a whole thing that you have here, vision, a plan, an idea, things that you want to do. But if you choose not to speak up on those things, you're going to build this by yourself. And that one person will be just sitting there, won't respect you, won't say nothing because you're not even man enough to speak up for yourself. So one thing I would love to do for you guys, I'm not going to read it right now, but this is some homework for you. So what I want you to do is get your Bible app, get in your Bible, read Romans 5, 3, and 4 in the Passion Translation. TPT. If you got the Bible app, you can find the TPT. And I want you to post it in the comments. Put in the comments, what does it say? Right? Talk about it, because these are things that are life-changing for you. They will be if you allow yourself to let them happen. So on that note, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you on the next video. See ya.